African queen. The girl of my dreams. Don't ever sing that song around me again. Seriously. That is a battle cry. That is a song that summons spirits. Welcome back to another episode of Nightlii with Meccavellii. We are here. We have our Pomos infused drink. I'm not sponsored by Pomos, but I am getting really good and fancy with my cocktails. I know you guys can't really see, but that's a rose-shaped ice cube. I've done a cutesy little pomegranate juice with a bit of lemon and a little lemon zest. I put some little of the edible glitter in here. This is going to lay me right down. Before I get into cussing, two-faced, baba galoosh ass, bitch ass, bald head ass motherfucker out, because I've been cussing him out all day on TikTok, I want to tell you guys what I did today. Excuse me. So, today was actually pretty busy for myself and for Jamila. We started the day out. For our podcast, Unhinged Anymore, we filmed a Patreon episode, which we pretty much do every other day. We film a Patreon episode. If you're not subscribed to our Patreon, go ahead and do that. We got to talk to Jasmine's Garden, who is a very, very well-known, that was the spirit of Tubaba. See, when you talk about that motherfucker, talk about that nigga, the spirits get up in here, and that's why I'm trying to be calling him he who must not be named. Like, what the fuck? She's a spiritualist, just an overall black content creator, activist, really cool girl. And we had her on the podcast today. She was really fun, very informative, great conversation. After that, I had to run some errands. I got my nails done. Jamila and I will be going to Mardi Gras in Mobile, Alabama in about 2 weeks. And the thing is, Mardi Gras actually started in Mobile, Alabama. Now, if you're familiar with Mardi Gras, it's really big in New Orleans. I don't want y'all to be able to say my good girl. But Mobile, Alabama is the birthplace of it. And fun fact, Jamila's family's from there. Unfortunately, now both her grandparents have passed away. But when we were in college, I used to go with them and her family to Mobile for the holidays. And I spent a lot of time in Mobile and during our undergrad years. And so it'll be really cool to go back and spend Mardi Gras there. We'll be filming some Black History Month content. And so I wanted to get some cutesy wootsy Mardi Gras nails. After that, we'll be in Dallas for some things. I'll be back in Dallas. So all the places I did not visit when I was in Dallas, I will be able to go and visit this time. Jamila will be with me, so that's really cool. Yesterday, if you were tuned into the live stream, I had Eddie and Noelle over here. Noelle takes pictures, and Eddie is like my overall helping assistant, aesthetic, like all the things. So we were actually filming an intro and outro for Nightlii with Meccavellii. Like, I know it's been a bit hectic. I haven't been, I won't say I haven't been as consistent because I've been pretty consistent with uploading, but last night my camera was dead, so we ended up just doing a live stream. Noelle had never seen Young, Famous, and African, so we watched the very first episode. We watched the first episode of season 2, which that's what I want to get into. First of all, earlier today, last night, Two-Face proposed to whoever the fuck this bitch is. He called her Honorable Natasha. Bitch, you're not honorable. You're not honorable. In fact, you're his next victim. In 3 days, you'll begin to cough. I don't know why you would look at his track record and see how he has treated his current wife, who he is not divorced from. They're simply just separated, and even want to be involved in such foolishness and goings-ons. But, you know, to each his own. Two-Face will not be blessed. You don't get blessed behaving like this. Really all-around terrible guy. Also ugly. Also ugly, you know? Even if he was fine, it wouldn't be worth it. But I mean, literally. And learn the lesson. And he gave up so much. You lose yourself in a man, and you will never see the return on that investment. Always put yourself first. Always put your children first. Always put your own happiness first. Like, my God, this is such a fucking tale of caution. a cautionary tale. Because what the actual fuck? And then did you guys see Zari today? She posted the song with African Queen, that demon summoning song. Zari, my East African sister. You know that's out of pocket. You know. In addition, if you've been keeping up with Nightlii, I started It Ends With Us because for me to more deeply understand the Justin and Blake. Fuck, I'm fucking up. Maybe the pomos is hitting. Maybe let's take another sip. For me to better understand the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama, I need to watch the movie It Ends With Us. But I am a reader, and the thing about me is I have to read the book before I watch the movie, so I went and purchased the book from Half Price Books. I didn't get it full price. I got it for $8. I'm halfway through it. I started it yesterday. So probably by tomorrow, once I get done filming this and uploading, I will be reading a little bit more. I usually watch Young and Rich and African during the day while I'm getting my work done for the spa. Which we do have weight loss shots for sale. That's a shameless plug. We have some other stuff for sale. All those links are in my bio. Yeah, so I've been doing this routine of reading at nighttime. I wanted to talk about Fantana, the American gal. We talked about this last night. She came in really messy, and she came in like she was trying to assert her storyline, which I wasn't feeling. Is that how Americans come across? If that's how Americans come across, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like that. I like, with me and Eddie and Noelle, they're both from Gabon. And so I was like, oh my God, is that what we give, guys? Is that what we're giving? I don't want to give that. No, but she obviously overtly was being messy. When Bethong walked in, obviously Connie had issues in the past. I have to be honest. It's obvious that Connie bleaches. I had not seen a picture of her. Sorry, shit, the pomos is hitting. I had not seen a picture of her pre-bleach. I saw a picture of Zari pre-bleach. And I'm not going to say Zari's is well done. Zari's is way more even than Connie's. Because in the very last episode of season 1, Connie, when her wig was sliding back, Connie held up her hand, and her hand is noticeably darker than her face. Like, it's a mess. Zari's did make me question a bit more, but I was like, no, I can tell, but I guess well done, if that's even what you want to say to that. Nonetheless, I was taken aback. Like, Zari was obviously a bit browner, but Zari's was not as intense. Connie was dark skinned. I simply was not prepared. I was not prepared for how much Connie has bleached. And then I had to fall down the rabbit hole. She's done a bunch of interviews about bleaching. Someone in my comments said that she is a notorious bleacher. And I'll be honest, I took that with a grain of salt, grain of rice, because, like, you know, in African countries, Caribbean countries, bleaching is relatively common. And so to be a notorious bleacher, it's like, that's product of your environment, right? Yeah, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for the photographic evidence. I was not prepared for the interviews. I was not prepared for the level of openness. I'm not surprised given what we know about Connie. Actually, and if you keep up with her on social, she just got done having plastic surgery this month. She had an eyelid lift, which it actually looks great. She had a lip lift, and it looked like she had a brow lift. The picture looks edited. But she looks a little bit different, and from what I see, she looks good. It looks like, from the picture I saw of what she's looking like right now, she looks great, and I'm happy that she's enjoying her results. I'm going to really tap in tomorrow and really try and bust down the whole second season of Young, Famous, and African, simply because I want to get to season 3. So here's where I'm at in season 1. Annie, I don't know what's going on between Annie and Swanky. Swanky is still saying that I'm mad at Annie because Annie betrayed me, and Annie's mad at me because I'm mad at Annie because Annie betrayed me. Annie has left the party that Diamond hosted. Diamond told Andale was being shady, which that doesn't make any sense because you were trying to fuck with Nadia. Eddie told me that Nadia's boyfriend in real time has passed away, but Nadia has just introduced her Puerto Rican man. I don't know what he is. I'm just being funny. He looks Puerto Rican. The Puerto Rican man that she's very much in love with, and Eddie was telling me, because Eddie is all caught up in real time, that they were in love and he's passed away, and it was one of the things that was just happened. And so I'm bracing myself for that. Bethong, biggest star in Africa. I always think of that. I'm not too familiar with her, but I hope to learn more about her. Eddie did tell me that she did not come back to season 3. Naked and Kaylee. Kaylee was upset that Naked invited Fantana to Diamond's party and did not tell her about it, which is fair. Like, here's the thing. Naked clearly doesn't like Kaylee. I don't know why the fuck they're together. I've been told they're still together and at some point got engaged and then maybe they're not. They're broken up. I don't know. I'll be honest. She's not someone I could do without her on the show. Like, honestly, I really could. I know that Connie doesn't come back for season 3. Annie is currently in rehab. We were reading on Ghana.net. I forgot what website. It was a Ghanaian website. That Annie is in rehab and she's being supported by Tokay and Tiwa Savage. Apparently she's great friends with them, which that's news to me. I mean, it makes sense. Annie's well connected. But they, Tokay wrote a scathing post about Tubaba as deserved. As deserved, that Baba Ganoush ass bitch. Like, literally, what is the point? What was the reason? What was the fucking reason? And this is just murmurs. That's why I'm trying to get through to season 2 to get to season 3, because they're saying that Annie was jittering and seeming like she may have allegedly been on drugs this past season because of the stress she's been under because of what has been going on with Tubaba prior to him filing for divorce. Again, I have not watched the seasons. I do not know how true that is. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Andale. I do know that Andale does not come back for season 3. That's a bit disappointing. Andale is a slime ball. It's like Andale and Diamond are two sides of the same coin. But what you love about Andale is that he's so smooth with it. Like, he fronts like he's a wonderful guy, but he's just as much trash. It's the example I gave the other day. The thing about these men is they're all trash. Diamond is just a big stinky dumpster who is open with his shit and just like is gonna embarrass you every chance he gets, and he's the dumpster that's outside and stinky and smells like pee. Andale is a trash can that you can keep in your kitchen and you can put a nice scented trash bag in, and he is still trash and a garbage disposal, but he is bearable and he can stay in the house. So I do, the appeals there of why Andale would be the better choice of the trash, but still trash nonetheless. Naked, very much trash. Is there another man? Oh, Swanky. We'll never know anything about Swanky's love life, obviously, because Africans and gay. So, he will simply just be the friend, and I love that. I love that it's even shocking when you think about it that they have him on this show. Fantana, I'm really excited to get to know her. It's not that I'm not excited to get to know Bethong, but I know she doesn't come back. So it's like I'm not invested in her. Fantana, she's an American girl. Like, she's from America. She talks like us. You know how that is? So it's like, and I see where, as someone who is raised around people from African countries, but I'm American, it's like that's also its own niche experience. So I just feel like, okay, bitch, yeah, because she even mentioned in her intro that it's like, she believes in showing off her body, showing off her assets, and she's from America, and that's accepted. It's nothing that's not accepted in Africa, but it's a bit more taboo. So it's like you're dealing with things that some of us, have dealt with, have been exposed to, and that is something that we can absolutely relate to and have conversations about. So that's really why I'm excited to get to know her. She's very beautiful. I mentioned this last night in the live stream, going to a Nigerian wedding in September, and it has not came to me yet, but I did order my ashwebi, And I was actually on Fantana's page because she had a cutesy little dress in her gele. That, you know how with the Ashwebi, like, I'm trying to, I'm not going to hold you. I want a heavy step. I want to go to someone who's going to that waist right on in. I want to have me a cute dress. But I also was telling Eddie that I don't want to be completely uncomfortable. You know, I saw a girl talk about this on TikTok literally yesterday. She was talking about the BBLification of the Ashwebi and Nigerian babe fits. And, I think that can be said for a lot of traditional African outfits, but I think that Nigerian culture in a general sense on a global scale is so widely seen and associated with West Africa that we all have an idea and have knowledge to draw from what she's talking about. And if you look at people's parents' pictures and different things, like, yeah, the fits are definitely looser, more flowing. Like, yeah, they might be cinched, but the BBLification of it all can absolutely be a critique. It's something that you could talk about. And I think that it's just what's in style right now. Because even if you look at like pictures of Africa throughout the ages, even as like different countries were being imperialized and colonized, people go through their ebbs and flows. Like, you can see pictures of West Africa and it's very akin to like Black America, like the afros, all the things. Like, even I have pictures of my family members in Kenya in the 70s, and they had the afros and they had the big bell bottoms and they had so I just think I get the critique that the BBLification of it all, but that is like a critique on fashion as a whole. I don't think it's like a specific critique on like a trend and a culture. That's just what is in style now. And I don't even know if that's something that will always be in style, because if you think about it, very cinched in waist, very all this stuff was on trend absolutely in the 50s and 60s. If you look at pictures of like Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell and like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and like all like the old stars, they had like the tornado tits and the very small waist, and it was very cinched in. And then like by the time you get to the 60s, you have the baby doll dresses that are very much more flowy. So I just think that that's where we're in style wise. Speaking of style, me and Eddie were looking at Swanky's page yesterday. He's been on magazines for the whole fucking December, January, February, like GQ and OK. He was in GQ Canada, Nigeria, and I think OK Philippines, if I'm remembering correctly. I have also been looking at Swanky's page for a lot of inspo for this wedding. I really want to be able to like heavy step. Obviously, I'm going to do my like Instagram posts and like, all my little stuff. But what I was telling Eddie is I want to be comfortable. I said all the BB. I went on a whole rant and didn't like tie it together. Since I know as a former wedding planner who has planned Nigerian traditional weddings and white weddings, I know it's going to be 40 days and 40 nights. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be the whole entire time. I don't. So I was actually Fantana's dress that she had on. It looked to be cinched, but it wasn't so cinched that it looked uncomfortable. So I had bookmarked it because I think that is possibly the style that I will be giving to the tailor. I'm going to go to here in Houston. So yeah, that's everything I have going on today. We're going to do some more interviews tomorrow. I'm really excited. And hopefully when I come back tomorrow, it'll be Friday. It'll be Valentine's Day. Will I get an episode in? Hopefully. I'm going to try and get an episode in. I'm going to try and film an episode very early. And then maybe I go out. Maybe I go out and do something. I don't know, like, with a boy or maybe with a girl or like maybe with just my friends. We'll see. I can't, I don't tell y'all my business anymore. Pretty much done with that. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be here and back to talk shit about season 2 of Young, Famous, and African tomorrow. And also, shout out to everyone last night who told me to start Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because since I will probably be done with Young, Famous, and African in the next... I want to bust it down this weekend. I want to get it done. We got to start a new one. And it's looking like it's going to be Love and Marriage Huntsville because I have HBO Max. So thank you to everyone in the chat last night who gave that suggestion. And I will see you guys tomorrow.